Okay, so everyone's all caught up on Love Next Door, right?
Yeah.
Just kidding. Who were kidding?
Yeah.
Like, anyone has time for that.
Right.
But really, that's why we're here. To do a deep dive into episodes 13 and 14 of Love Next Door. Luckily, we've got this crazy detailed recap to help us out.
Yeah, think of it like using a cheat code to get through.
Totally.
But even then, it's a lot.
Oh, for sure.
So we're here to pull out those must-knows.
Yes. And this show is never lacking in the drama department.
Never.
So to get us started, where did we leave off? Oh, yeah. Seok-ryu and Seung-hyo having that whole suspicious morning after breakfast kind of vibe.
And of course, their little bubble gets burst.
Because of course it does. It wouldn't be a
Yeah.
K-drama without the parents getting involved.
Oh, absolutely. You can always count on a little family chaos. And their parents definitely deliver. Walking right into that breakfast scene, completely oblivious and ready to marry off their kids to other people.
As usual. It's almost comical how clueless they are.
I know, right?
But while all that's going on, Seok-ryu's dealing with some real-life stuff. Her job hunt's not exactly a walk in the park.
Mm-hmm.
And for someone like her, who's used to things just, working out,
Yeah, it's rough.
it's got to sting a little.
And I think that's what the show does so well. It takes these kind of surface level tropes like the whole career struggle.
Right.
And it actually digs a little deeper, like feeling lost in your career, not knowing what's next. That's relatable,
Absolutely. It just shows that no matter what, everyone goes through those moments of self-doubt. And speaking of self-doubt, what about Seung-hyo and his, shall we say, interesting attempt at a proposal?
Oh, man, how could I forget? It's like watching a comedy of errors in slow motion.
Seriously.
Starts with a ruined shirt,
Scary.
then a fender bender, and to top it all off, a smashed cake.
Poor guy.
You gotta hand it to the writers.
I know.
They know how to make things interesting.
It's like they were actively trying to sabotage him.
Mhm.
But even with all that chaos, you could still tell what they were both feeling. I think that's what got me. He's so ready to just jump in with both feet
Yeah.
to be with her. But you can tell she's holding back.
It's almost like they're speaking two different languages.
Right, each with their own baggage. And just when it seems like they might actually have a real conversation about it, bam, it erupted again.
This time, it's an accident at Seung-hyo's construction site. Really amps up the drama.
And naturally, that's when all of Sufri's fears resurface. That whole thing with her childhood illness, it's like it's all coming back.
It's heartbreaking. You could really feel that shared history between them.
Yeah, it reminds you of what they've been through.
And just how fragile life can be.
It's true. You never really know what you have until it's gone,
Yeah.
But they can't catch a break. Just as they're having this breakthrough, who walks in?
Oh, stage right. The parents.
Of course.
You've got to be kidding me. Are they serious?
I swear the dramatic irony in this show is top-notch. Seriously. Someone get those two a hearing aid or something. But, okay, before we get to that whole mess, can we talk about Mo-eum and Dan-ho for a second? Because I did not think I would be this invested in their story.
It's a slow burn
Totally.
that turned into a wildfire. And in these episodes, whoa, major plot twist. Like, completely changes how you see their whole relationship.
You're talking about finding out that he's not actually your dad, right?
Bingo.
Honestly. I totally forgot about that flashback scene until the recap pointed it out.
It's easy to do. There are so many details. But honestly, this one, it's important. It just adds this whole other layer of sadness to his story. Raising his niece all this time after losing his brother and his sister-in-law, it's a lot.
It really makes you appreciate him even more. But I can't help but wonder, why throw that in now, at this point in the whole thing? Just to mess with us.
Right.
Or is there more to it?
That is the question, isn't it? It definitely changes how you see him, that's for sure. And it might even explain why he's so hesitant with Mo-eum.
Especially with their mothers breathing down their necks every 5 seconds.
Oh, don't even get me started on those two. Talk about a recipe for disaster. They're determined to make sure these two don't get together.
You know what gets me, though? It's like, yeah, they're totally overbearing, but you can kind of see where they're coming from,
A little bit, yeah.
Like, they just want what's best for them, but they're going about it all wrong.
That's what I love about this show.
Yeah.
They don't just give you those cookie-cutter characters. They feel real.
Agreed. But okay, can we talk about the best part of these episodes? The confession. And I'm not talking about Seok-ryu and Seung-hyo.
Drunk Mo-eum steals the show.
For real. Who knew Soju could be so romantic?
The way she just lays it all out there, no filter, it's actually kind of amazing. And what he says back, come on.
Okay, I need a refresher. It's all kind of a blur.
He tells her, and I quote, "I think you raised her very well. I'd like to take Mo-eum. I knew you would be worried, so I tried to cut all ties with her, but I don't think I can anymore.
Stop. I can't even. But as much as I ship these two, it's hard to ignore that mountain of obstacles in their way. I mean, they've got their own baggage, plus the mothers. And oh yeah, what about Yeon-do's real parents?
Ooh, good point. The writers have been dropping those little hints about some mysterious past this whole time.
What if they pull a fast one and bring back a long-lost relative or something?
Don't put that out into the universe.
I know.
Ah.
Can't handle any more surprises. But before we get too off track, we have to talk about Seok-ryu and her food journey. It's more than just cooking, you know.
Exactly. It's about connection, tradition, family. Remember what we were saying earlier about food being a symbol in K-dramas?
It's all starting to make sense. Think about it. Most of their big moments happen around food.
Exactly. That first meeting at the snack shop as kids, all the cooking dates.
I think their love language or something.
Right. Food is how they say, I love you, without actually saying it. And it's not just about romance either. Food connects Seok-ryu to her family history.
Yeah, like when she's all down about not finding a job and her videos are flopping, and then, boom, that one comment.
From the viewer whose mom has cancer.
Yes, that one. You could tell it meant so much to her.
It's like her food, even just through a screen, brought them some kind of comfort. And it circles back to that earlier scene with her dad and his famous snack.
You mean where he says the secret ingredient isn't actually a secret, but just the love he puts into it?
That's the one. So powerful, right?
Totally. Like he's passing down something way bigger than just a recipe.
Generations of love and care all in one bite. And it makes you wonder if maybe, just maybe, she's meant to take over the family business.
Now that you mention it, they keep showing that snack shop like it's a sign or something.
Maybe it's a sign that sometimes the best things in life are right where you left them, just waiting for you to come back with fresh eyes and a grateful heart.
Maybe we should open a snack shop.
Hey, I'm down if you're down.
Deal. Okay, but seriously though, that snack shop, it's more than just a backdrop.
It really is. It's like its own character in a way. Family, tradition, that feeling of home, it's all wrapped up in that one little place.
And who knows, maybe it's a sign of things to come for Seok-ryu. Imagine. Combining her love of food with her family legacy, perfect K-drama ending, right?
Right out of a storybook. Speaking of happy endings, what about Mo-eum and Dan-ho? Do you really think they'll get their happily ever after?
Part of me says yes. That confession scene, I mean, come on.
I know.
You can't fake that kind of chemistry.
Yeah.
But then there's the mothers, his past. It's a lot to overcome.
And let's not forget, this is Love Next Door we're talking about. They love to keep us guessing.
So true. Which reminds me, that comment Seok-ryu got on her video, the one that really got to her. You had a theory about that.
I still can't shake the feeling that it wasn't random.
You really think someone was behind it, like on purpose. But who would go through all that trouble just to give her a little boost?
It has to be someone who knows her, right? Someone who gets her and believes in her. It's too specific to be a coincidence.
See, now I'm picturing a whole web of conspiracies.
Maybe we need a whole other podcast episode to unravel this.
Right. But that's the thing with this show. Just when you think you've figured it out, bam, new twist.
And just when you think you've uncovered all the layers, there's always something else to discover.
Exactly. So any other details from these episodes that stuck with you?
You know what really got me? It's small, but it says a lot about the characters. That scene where Seok-ryu's brother actually apologizes to her.
Wait, her brother? The one who barely speaks?
That's the one. And for him to show a little vulnerability, to admit he's wrong, it felt like a big deal.
It just shows that everyone, even the most frustrating characters, has the potential to change.
Exactly.
And that's what I love about Love Next Door. It's not afraid to get real, you know. It's messy, it's complicated, but it's honest. It reminds you that life's not always pretty, but it's always interesting.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So, with only one episode left, what are you most looking forward to seeing?
Besides the obvious, like what happens next with our couples, I need to know what Seok-ryu decides about her future. New York. The snack shop. And that whole mysterious ingredient thing, don't even get me started.
The suspense is killing me, but I guess that's the beauty of it, right? We just have to wait and see how it all unfolds.
The new episodes.
And even deeper dives. See you next time.